Hi there, welcome to Box Spread. There's a really big fight happening on the 26th of May, so it's not far off, and it sees the current champion Lucian Bute putting his IBF super middleweight title on the line against Froch. This fight is here in the UK, in Nottingham, where Froch is from. And just my brief thoughts on this location. I think it's a good location for both fighters. For Froch because he deserves it. He's been on the road now for the past 4 fights in different countries. And for Lucian Bute because he needs it. He has his doubters because he's been fighting constantly at home in Quebec, Canada, or in Romania. And so he needs to prove, that he can go into another guy's backyard and come out victorious. I think he will. I think that Lucian Bute wins this fight by a decision. Just going to talk about Froch firstly. As you know, in my previous videos I've mentioned that I have the utmost respect for Froch. I like the way he's conducted himself, the way he's applied himself. He gave the Super 6 tournament everything that he had. He's done the UK proud, represented the UK in a very effective manner. He's just been, over the past few years, his resume has been outstanding. He's fought top fight after top fight, and he deserves this homecoming fight. He deserves to be in another big fight like this. However, I just made some observations about Froch which I'd like to address because they matter in this fight. There's no way to sugarcoat it. Froch struggles. If you look at his record and look at the fights he's fought, he struggles against the more skilled boxers that he's faced. And by that I mean more technically sound guys. The more elusive guys who have movement and boxing skill. He struggles against them. Just going to put some examples of that. Many people felt that he was losing the fight against Jermaine Taylor before he stopped Taylor in the 12th and final round. Taylor's known as being a good technical boxer with a good jab. He struggled against Andre Durrell. He won a split decision, but many people still contest that Andre Durrell won that fight. Durrell's another fast-moving, elusive, tricky boxer. He lost to Mikkel Kessler, who has a good attack, a good variety of punches, and has proven himself at the top level. And then, of course, Andre Ward in the final of the Super 6, who is extremely talented and skilled, an elusive boxer, gave Froch all kinds of trouble. On the flip side, Froch does very well against more straightforward, come forward type fighters, who are there in front of him to be hit. And a couple of examples there are Arthur Abraham. He completely outboxed Arthur Abraham, who during that tournament was then exposed as being very, come forward, just straightforward, limited fighter. Glenn Johnson, who although he's a very good boxer, been a very good fighter over the years, is not really a most technical boxer. He's he's just a come forward pressure fighter who will just wear you down. He just breaks you down, and he's going to be in front of you the whole fight. And then if we go back a bit in time, Jean Pascal, who got into a big scrap with Froch. He was right in front of Froch. They had a war, and Froch came out on top. So the trend here, I'm trying to make my point, is that Froch struggles against more mobile boxers who are going to be a bit more elusive and make him chase them, than guys who, he does well against guys who are just straight in front of him, who he doesn't have to go looking for. They're just in front of him. And the thing with Froch is, it's quite strange. His stance, the way his stance is, he keeps that lead left arm low. He looks quite cocky and flash in his style, and you would think that from that, by looking at him, he's a mobile, elusive boxer himself. But that's not the case. He actually thrives in the trenches. He thrives in a scrap-like zone, and he has power, and he has a decent chin. So when his chin's been tested, he's come out on top. And then he tests the other guy's chin and it fails. So he's been able to come out on top in the exchanges in that respect. So he's been able to get away with stuff. Unfortunately for Froch here, I believe that Lucian Bute falls into the category of the more skilled boxer. He's not a type of guy who wants to get into a scrap. Quite the opposite, in fact. I feel that if you look back, the major time when Lucian Bute's been in trouble in his career was in the first fight when he fought Librado Andrade, who was a very come-forward pressure fighter who wanted to mix it up, and he caught up with Lucian Bute late on. Many people feel that Lucian Bute was, very fortunate to come away with a victory there. Um, so Lucian Bute wants this on the outside. He is a more skilled fighter. He likes to employ the jab more. He likes to therefore set up some good combination punches. Lucian Bute has fantastic head movement. I think that's one of his main strengths. I really do. I know he going into the Glenn Johnson fight, he knew Glenn Johnson quite a lot because they had a lot of sparring rounds and they were good friends. But I thought that Lucian Bute's head movement in that fight was an absolute masterclass. I felt that he was giving everyone who wanted to watch a lesson in how to use head movement. He really has good head movement, and I he does also keep a low guard. So these guys are both similar. That's what I'm trying to say. These guys are both similar in their stance, in fact. But I think that Bute is the more superiorly skilled boxer, and I think that's what's going to win him the fight. Also, what doesn't bode well for Froch is the fact that even though Bute lost that, didn't lose, but he got in trouble in that first fight with Lorado Andrade. He went back and wanted to prove himself, and he actually knocked out Librado Andrade in the fourth round of their following fight. So that proves that he can work guys out. It proves that he was working on how to be durable against pressure. So that will help him in this fight if Carl Froch does, want to mix it up. For me, Carl Froch, this is going to be an interesting fight. I'm not trying to just straight away write Carl Froch off. These are the two of the top super middleweights in the world going at it here, and it's going to be an exciting fight, no doubt. And Carl Froch definitely, obviously, has a chance. I don't think he'll do it, but he will go in it with confidence. He's fought at the top level already. It's nothing new to him. And he'll be coming in with confidence, but I don't think he's going to be able to pull this one off. He's going to have the home support behind him, Carl Froch. They'll be loud for him. They'll be spurring him on. That may give him the extra 10% he needs, perhaps. I think he needs to forget about boxing in this one. I really do. If he wants to box with Lucian Bute, I don't think it's going to work. I think Bute is going to be more successful. He's going to end up just completely outpointing him. Carl Froch has a good jab, yeah, but he just doesn't use it enough. Whereas Bute uses it far more effectively, and that's what would win an outside more boxing style fight for Bute. Unless Froch has really worked on using that jab consistently, I think he should just forget about trying to box with this guy. And I know he was trying to tell himself after the Arthur Abraham fight that he was sort of like a new fighter. Now he was a boxer. I don't think if he continues like that, I don't think it's going to work, because it only works if you're up against really limited boxers like Abraham. Or guys who are just not looking to box, they're looking to just brawl, the type of Glenn Johnson mold. Doesn't work when you go up against guys who are very skilled like Lucian Bute and Andre Ward. So I think he needs to forget the boxing in this. I think Carl Froch wants to take this to the trenches. He wants this inside. He wants this pulling all the tricks out the bag. He wants to be dirty as he can. He really needs to take Lucian Bute out of his comfort zone, like Andrade did late on. And he really needs to get the crowd behind him, and he needs to make Lucian Bute feel very alone in that ring. Because Lucian Bute, let's not forget, has not been away from home. He's not been in a hostile atmosphere. He's had crowds behind him every fight he's had. He's had support behind him every fight he's had. He's not been in there, against a hostile crowd who was shouting for the opponent and shouting abuse at him and really getting behind his opponent. And, Froch needs to use that to his advantage. If he can push forward, gain the front foot on Lucian Bute and really get inside on him, take it back to the older days where, Froch just wants to mix it with this guy, get his chest up against his, beat away at him, go to that body, don't give Bute any distance, any range, any time to find his punches. Then Carl Froch can really give Lucian Bute all the problems in this fight. Because that will be a very hostile, lonely atmosphere for Lucian Bute if Froch can pull that off. And I really believe that, and I think that's what Froch needs to do. That's why I feel Andre Ward would have Bute's number at the moment, because I think Andre Ward is obviously the best super middleweight in the world, but I also feel that he can take it inside. He can take it to places Lucian Bute doesn't want to go. And I think that's what Froch needs to try and do here. Make Bute uncomfortable. Lucian Bute wants to keep this a boxing match. He wants it from the outside. He wants to use that jab. He wants to establish it early. He needs to use that head movement, his all-round movement, to be elusive. He needs to make Froch kind of be looking for him, trying to chase him, and being unsuccessful. Um, he needs to be cautious and aware of Froch's power, but because he does keep his his guard low, Bute. But at the same time, Froch needs to be aware of his, because Bute has outstanding body punching. His variety of punches are immaculate, and he can take you out in the body just as much as he can take you out of the head. So Bute is very dangerous in this fight, and although Karl Froch has a good chin, if Bute starts getting into that body, I wouldn't put it past Lucian Bute being able to stop Karl Froch. So just to round this video off, because it's getting quite long, but I'm trying, this is a big fight. I'm trying to make my points clear here. I think Karl Froch doesn't want distance in this one. He doesn't want to allow Lucian Bute to operate his superior boxing skills from a distance. He needs to get right up against Lucian Bute. He needs to shorten Lucian Bute's punches in that respect, because Bute throws very good body shots, but if you're going to take that length away from his arms and his reach, then you're going to negate those body punches. You're going to stop them being so powerful. And I don't think I don't think Bute operates at his best inside. Definitely not. And Bute obviously wants this at distance. He doesn't want to be in a scrap with Froch. He's going to be in a hostile atmosphere away from home for the first time, and he's going to need to just keep it in his comfort zone. So this is really a battle of comfort zones. I hope Froch doesn't come out and just start boxing Bute, because I don't think it's going to work. I think Bute will outbox him all night. But I do feel that Froch can definitely make a really good fight of this, and he can take this one if he goes inside. Just a final point, which I did forget to mention, Froch actually has a reach advantage in this, of 4 inches or something, 3 inches. I don't think it's going to be a factor in this fight, because purely, like I mentioned earlier, Froch doesn't really employ the jab as much as he should. So that's my take on this fight. I hope I made all my points clear. I hope they're valid points. And I hope you've enjoyed listening. Please let me know what you guys think. I have a lot of respect for both of these guys. These are two of the top super middleweights in the world going up against each other. And for me, the winner of this is the last guy, really, that Andre... Well, not really. I mean, there's Andre Durrell in the mix. I think out of these two, the winner of these two guys, and then Andre Durrell, are the two main people that Andre Ward can look to face and defeat to really be completely top of supremacy in that division. I have my own thoughts on Andre Durrell. I don't really have that, as much respect for him as I did, because of the way he dropped out of that Super 6 tournament. But he's still, without doubt, I can't deny, a very good skilled boxer. So that would be a good fight to see him against Andre Ward. So that's my take on the fight. Thanks for watching. This is BoxPred, and I'm out.